Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolynny TV and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel this evening. And something I wanted to get to a little bit sooner, but then all of a sudden I caught myself, that Calgary Flames game is on and I should go watch panic start setting into the Calgary ranks with a loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins before we play them on Friday. But then I'm like, you know what? No. I gotta get to this video because, well, you've kind of, if you're on Twitter, you've seen the uproar it's caused. And I've had, for some reason, the past 2 days, some stupid thing where I go out and tweet before I do a video. And it's got to be the other way around. If I would have been on that Hall news a lot faster, oh man, could you imagine the frenzy we would have had in the comment section? And of course, this whole idea of Ilya Kovalchuk's a free agent after being on waivers, unconditional waivers yesterday, and now a free agent, UFA, free and clear of the LA Kings and the salary complications that he was for them. Well, now he's a free agent, and according to Igor Kovalchuk, he's looking to sign a league minimum contract, or at least something close to it, to go to a new team and, well, play in the NHL for the rest of the season. I know the Bruins have interest, according to Igor Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk's that guy who, remember, broke, if I'm not mistaken, the news on Anton Bertasov coming to the Edmonton Oilers a few months ago, if I've got everything correct in my brain. Remember how the summer was prior to things getting crazy here in hockey time season. But that said, let's get to it, guys. Is Ilya Kovalchuk, what the heck are we looking at? Oop, nope, we're not looking at that. That was last video's discussion. See, that's how prepared I am apparently. Let's get to it. I did save his stats, and if I've got them kicking around, Ilya Kovalchuk right there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be able to get that going in just a second, as I gotta shrink that down and get those stats right there. There we go. Bing, bang, boom. I can't read that, so you know what? We're gonna go just like this. We're gonna go, if I can click the right thing. There we go. Sorry, guys. Let me get this to you. So, those are his stats the past several years. Remember, Ilya Kovalchuk's only played 2 years in the NHL in pretty much the past 6 years. The past 2 years, that being his 35 and 36-year-old years. And, well, 16 goals, 18 assists, 34 points, minus 26 last year. My goodness, that's brutal. And then 2019-2020, LA Kings, you know what? 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points, a minus 10, 17 games played. Here's the problem with Ilya Kovalchuk, and it's simple. He's a minus 2.7 goal differential player at 5-on-5. Now, the Edmonton Oilers fan blog there, the Oilers Nation blog, discussed, well, he's got all these 5-on-5 goals since 18-19. That would place him most, or 5th most on the Oilers. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, but guys, here's the thing. These stats, they don't lie, but the other side, too, is with Ilya Kovalchuk. If you're a minus 2.7 goal differential, I don't care how many goals scoring on 5-on-5 you are. If you're getting outweighed more than 2.5 times for every goal you score per 60 minutes, good night. Good night. Or every goal you're on the ice for, I don't care. I don't care. That is absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen. That is brutal. You cannot afford to have that, especially if that's playing 15 minutes a night, as was suggested in the Oilers Nation article. They suggested, well, Connor McDavid makes sense. You're talking about playing Ilya Kovalchuk 20 minutes a night. Ooh, we got a problem, because 20 minutes a night is a third of 60. If you're almost 3 goal differential per 60 minutes for your team, and you divide that by 3 to get 20, you're talking a goal more for the opposition when you're on the ice than when you're on the ice for your team. That's troubling. That's troubling. This whole new fancy stats thing that I've gotten into, guys, I'm going to have fun with this because this is math I love. I'm a stats nerd, and now that I've unlocked how to read it, ooh, baby, we're going to have some fun with it. But let's get back to Ilya Kovalchuk here for a second, shall we? Because you look at this. Ilya Kovalchuk, 1 power play goal, 2 power play assists. Okay, so a third of his points came on the power play. So how much of a big difference maker is he 5-on-5? And then you look at this as well. Shooting percentage 8.6. Guys, he's trending down quite a bit in his career. And realistically, he was averaging 15 minutes, 25 seconds on the ice. So that's substantial minutes. That's second line minutes on most NHL clubs nowadays. So to say that he's game changing, no. And that's the thing is, you know what? Realistically, sit it this way. Let's. I'm sure you saw that chart I had before I got the Ilya Kovalchuk stats. Is realistically 5-on-5, the Oilers only have one worse player than Ilya Kovalchuk this season, and that is Josh Archibald. So you think about, we only have 5+ goal differential players on the ice. Yeah, you know what? My argument's simple. I'm not trying to complicate it with the Russian factor that, well, he might just bolt to the KHL if he doesn't like what he's got in Edmonton. I'm not even going there. It's as simple as this, guys. We cannot afford to add a guy who isn't a specialist, right? That's the saving grace with Josh Archibald, Jujhar Khaira, Riley Sheahan, and their goal differentials at 5-on-5 is they are penalty kill specialists. Ilya Kovalchuk, guys, let me check the stats. Let's just go over to those Los Angeles Kings stats, shall we, for a second? Because I don't think there's really much more to read into it other than the simple fact that Ilya Kovalchuk was not and is not a shorthanded player. Okay, and realistically, you know what, the power play, yeah, his power play is pretty good at 3.7 goals for to 1.2 goals for against 5-on-4, but we got better. We have better, and there's no reason to go out in the Oilers cap space land and do something stupid by signing Ilya Kovalchuk, even if it is just for the end of the season. Because let me tell you, Cap Friendly, our good friends at Cap Friendly are going to quickly tell me that it just doesn't make sense. Okay, so the Edmonton Oilers sit at 48 contracts right now. You sign Ilya Kovalchuk, you've got one space for another player the rest of the year unless you're trading multiple players to free up more space. Now the other side too is, guys, as it sits right now, we have a total of $680,000 in cap space. That's close to the league minimum, but right is, you know what, it's a needless complication for a situation that isn't bad. This Edmonton Oilers team, no matter how you try to argue this team's awful, this team's that, this team's this, guys, it's way too early in the season to know what this team is. The fun part about this Oilers team is more than likely they're a 4th place wildcard spot, but realistically the division's crap. Okay, the division, you know what, if the Oilers slid 4 games and everybody thought the season was over, the division would have done something. The division didn't do something. We won a game and suddenly magically we're back in first place. So the simple argument here is Ilya Kovalchuk doesn't do anything for the Oilers, and why do you fix what's not broken? Because here's, yeah, you know what, the Oilers need to do some things right on the ice, but it's not because we don't have the players to do it. Guys, this Oilers roster went 7-1-1 to start the year. They did things right. All right, there's no mistaking. The Oilers did things right to go 7-1-1. I don't care how lucky you think this Oilers team is. You don't go luck out and go 7-1-1 to begin the season just because you're lucky. You just flat out don't. And like I said, there's too much complication with Ilya Kovalchuk to sit here and try and think that he really changes things. Because if he was a game changer, let me tell you, the last place in the Pacific Division, LA Kings would have kept him. And you know what? If Todd McLellan didn't like him, guess what? Let's just say Todd McLellan, yes, Puljujarvi, Kailer Yamamoto, right? Oilers fans not impressed with those two. Todd McLellan wasn't impressed with Ilya Kovalchuk. Let me go down the chain, kind of how that kind of works out for us as Oilers fans. Is, you know what, Todd's been a barometer of things, and you know what, Yamamoto's really the only wild card I think that you can say isn't a for sure bet on Todd being right. So, guys, like I said, it's just pretty simple here that it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't work. I vote no. And you should too. That's the analysis I've got for you on this one with Ilya Kovalchuk. Now that said, it is Ilya Kovalchuk, and if he recapped some magic from those years way back when, let's just go for instance back to his 100-point year. Oh wait, Ilya Kovalchuk's never had a 100-point year in the NHL. Ilya Kovalchuk has scored 41 goals in the NHL over the course of his career or more multiple times. In fact, he did it in 6 back-to-back years. However, Ilya Kovalchuk has not scored 40 goals in the NHL in 10 years. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work, okay? It just flat out, simply, no sorry, I'm good. Hard pass, and we move on. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's late edition. I will catch you, as always, in the next one.